Hello everyone, good morning. Can you confirm audible or not? Sorry for the delay. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So yesterday where we stopped, anyone practiced that one? What we discussed? Anyone completed? Anyone completed or not?
Not.
No. Okay. So yesterday where we stopped exactly,
But
our requirement is like we need to create a login form, right? We need to create a login form. For that, I created like one config.json file. Here I configured the form fields data or not. Form fields data. First field is what? Login. Login field related data is this one. In future, it is going to change. Okay, we can add some more. We can delete whatever it may be. Just I want to define the form field related data here or not. So it's not like fixed. The next one here also one more field. Okay, this is related to email and this is related to password field or not. This is related to email and this is related to password field. So you run this npm run dev. If you go to the login, whatever the config file contains, that data I assign to one of the state variable. That state variable is like what? That state variable we iterated here. First iteration created like one input. The second iteration it created like one more input component. This component contains what? This component contains what? Here the component has one row which contains 12 columns in Bootstrap. Now, first three rows or five rows for what label we given. The next three rows given for input control. Here, we not take like always three. The user pass input columns. Input columns they are going to take. If they not passed, then that time the default value three. They will take. The next one is like, okay, error columns is like a 4. Error columns is like 4. So let me run the application. It is running on localhost 3000 is the port number. Localhost 3000 is the port number. Now our route is like what? Login is the route. Okay, now there has user ID and the password. And there has one button also created. It's like a login. This button also we created like one reusable component. This button also we created like a reusable component or not. So here import my current folder input controls dot css. Input controls dot css. Import input controls dot css. Now in the input controls.css to the button we added something like this or not. So can you give one unique identity like the ID is like the BTN component. Now if you come here, okay, I want to mention BTN component or something like BTN component. This width and height, I don't want hardcore. Width and height, I don't want to hardcore. You can give your own width and height. So I'm expecting width and height as like a props, So in the input.jsx, okay, no, in the login.jsx or tsx, here the button you have to pass the width equals to 100 pixel and my height equals to, okay, just 40 pixel or something you can mention. Okay, now the login button is looks like this. Login button is looks like this. Okay, understood? Now this button, I, this button, where you want me to place this button, where you want me to place this button, I want to place inside the one row. I want to take it inside the row. I want to leave some columns here. Div class name equals to offset sm. 5 columns I want to leave, and remaining columns just I want to use for button. Remaining columns just I want to use for button. Now you see this is the button. Now here you can keep the button. Okay. Do you have an idea of bootstrap? If not, tell me, I will explain. Now see, this is my login button or not. Okay, na? Now I need some heading and see this there has a scroll something like this. This scroll I don't want. I want to keep my login page inside a container where is the class. Okay, if you have an idea in Bootstrap, you can container where is the one. Now see, there is no scroll. I want this particular one, some gap. Okay, at the same time here I need a okay H3 login form and I want to write my class name equals to text center something like this. It is looks like this. I want to give some margin top to bottom, margin top to bottom. Y my means margin top and bottom is going to give something like this. This one anyway it comes to the bottom. That's okay. Okay. Now in future there has one more field if you want to generate. No need to touch anything. You can go to the config.json. Okay, simply you can add one more field here or not. Simply you can add one more field here. Like this. You can add one more field here. Whenever you add like one more field, now if I refresh the page, it is supposed to be rendered like this. Okay, no need to touch our actual DOM elements. Just simply you can add what? Simply you can add one object here. Yeah. Now you have the form. Now you have the form. Now the next requirement is what actually whenever you enter the data here and here, if I click on the login button, this data you have to send it to the server. Before sending the data, I need to validate this data in my front end also or not. Yes, sir. So tell me if you want to validate the data, first of all, okay, it should allow me to enter some data or not. So I want to listen for every change you are making or you are doing in this particular input control or not. So how we can listen the change in the input control by using on change is the one. By using on change. Now, if I go to this one, handle change is the prop which is coming from outside. If you go to our login.tsx, okay, if you go to the login.tsx, now see the handle change. Now you have to mention one handler or not. So can I write like one handler constant handle change is the one. Now in React, each and every event call the handler by passing how many parameters? You know that. Okay, one parameter, that is synthetic base event object or not. That is synthetic base event object. Synthetic base event object. Now, whenever you have an event, what you can do with that event? Console.log of, you can get the, okay, event triggered on which element, that target one you can get it or not. Event triggered on which element, that target element you can get it or not. If you go to the console, now if you write something here, now the targeted one I can get it or not. Targeted element I can get it. That's all. Why it is like showing the value is like 0 means my input, you mentioned the value here, the value is like an empty always. That the reason it is not showing anything. For now, just I'm going to remove this one. After that, anyway it's required, we can add it. Now if you come here, now see the text box I'm able to enter. Here also I'm able to enter some data or not. Now I don't want the text box, just I want the data. So how we can get the data? How we can get the data? How we can
E-
get the data?
Event dot target dot.
Event dot target dot value not. Event dot target dot value. Whenever you mention the event dot target dot value, you can get the value. You can get the value. Now my question is, this particular value, this is also value, this is also value, this value is like user id, this value is like password. How we can differentiate? You need some unique identity for this value or not. For that unique identity, we mentioned for every input control one name or not. This is my name. Okay, this is my name. So I want the name to hold that particular value to differentiate from other values or not. So that what you need to do in the login.tsx, here what you have to do? Event dot target dot uh, target dot name and event dot target dot value or not. Event dot target dot name and event dot target dot value. Now whenever you mention something like this, now the email is this and the password is this one. Now you have a value, but that value is like a correct or okay, right format or not. The user entered in the correct way or not. You have to check it. If you want to check, you're supposed to be do what? You have to
Username. User
validate
ID.
your value or not. Yes or no? You have to validate your value. So if you want to validate your value, what inputs are required? Value is required. The next one is like your validation criteria. It is a user id. User id is which criteria? It's a required field. At the same time, the criteria should like a email format. The criteria should like a email format. Understood? This is the password criteria. That criteria you have to mention now. So as per my business requirement, in the config.json, I want to mention the validation criteria. For the user id, what is the criteria? What is the criteria? Can you guess? First, field value is required or not? Field value is required. The next criteria is what? email is required or not. Okay, that means don't think these are like my own names. Required means should have some data. That data should in the format of email. Like that, I want the validation criteria for which field user
User
ID
ID.
or not. So same like this, as per my business requirement, can I mention the criteria here also? What is the criteria here? Required. The next criteria is like what? Five, minimum 5 caps. That is the criteria. At the time of registration, this criteria only I'm using. At the time of entering also, user should have to enter this criteria only. Yes, ma'am. Agreed. Now tell me, I have the value, I have the criteria. Now you have to check this value match with the criteria or not. Tell me how we can validate our data match with the criteria. How we can, how we can. It is like my data match with the criteria or not. How we can. For that, we are going to use regular expressions. For that, we are going to use regular expressions. Do you have any idea on the regular expressions? Anyone have any idea?
Yes.
You have an idea, right? So, tell me, first, required field regular expression I want. Ganeshwar, tell me.
So Reg Express,
Okay.
um,
It should, your expression
like,
validate minimum 1 character there or not. Minimum 1 character is there or not there.
Yeah,
Minimum
one character after that at the rate we can.
dot. Okay. That character can be anything. Okay. Now see, if I do this one, okay. Anyway, the text box is gives me default value is like what? Default value is like an empty string. Yes or no? Each and every text box gives me the default value is like what? Empty string or not. See, if it is like empty string, if it is like, see, my value default is what? My default value is what? If you not mention anything, it's like empty string only, na? So if it is like an empty string, it is like false. Okay, other than empty, anything you can mention, either alphabet or whatever it may be, okay, that is like a true. That means this is, can I use for required field validation? Required field validation, yes or no? This expression, got my point? Yes or no? So the next one. If I write the expression like this, what it means? If you write the regular expression, you know, right? In Java, the
ABCs.
regular expressions we can create. One is like by using the reg exp a class. Okay, one is like the reg exp class. If you have a class, okay, now see it is going to okay returns me what? It is going to returns me what? An expression something like this or not. Okay, if you write something like this is also and this one also both are like same only. Both are like same only or not. So you can go either this one, either this one. Okay, you can create an object for this. You can create an object for this ABC. This is an expression. Instead of creating an object, just you can go something like this also. This is also works or not. Understood? Better one. This is an expression, right? Can you tell me this expression is related to This expression is related to exact match expression. Okay, now see here exactly in your input to ABC there are not there are. Okay, A. Okay, somewhere B, somewhere C. True or false or no?
False.
False only. So ABC expression is tells an exact match in the sequence, in the same sequence that the data, okay, that means the given string contains ABC or not. In the sequence order, ABC is there or not. It's going to check. If it is there, it returns me true. Otherwise, it returns me false. This is one. If you write something like this, if you write something like this, what is this one? You write something like this, what is this one? Hmm? If you write something like this, what is this one? Huh? What is this one?
The present characters itself.
Either, okay, either A or B or C. Either A or B or C. It represents like what? Either A or B or C. Understood or not? Okay, if you remove the square bracket, that is like A, B, C, exact match. If you put like a square bracket, either A or B or C. Understood? Now, if I write something like this, square bracket only, but I want to add some cap symbol. Okay, then the time can you tell me just 1, 2, 3. Just 1, 2, 3. Tell me. Just okay, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D false. It means previous ABC is there without cap, then expecting either A or B or C. If you put like a cap except ABC, that means ABC remaining ABC, remaining all facts like okay, alphabets, special characters, so numeric values, except these. Anything is there? Yes, except ABC. One is like except ABC only or not? Okay, here also ABC. Okay, here you said like except ABC, anything is there? Not there. Not there. That's the reason false. Except ABC, if you put like dollar, yes, except ABC, dollar. Yes, it's working or not. Agreed. Got the point cap. Inside the square bracket cap is like except that particular string. Any other values are there or not there, it is going to check. Up here, okay. Okay, next one. Exactly 10 digits. Expression I want. Exactly 10 digits. Exactly 10 digits. Okay, first of all, okay, digits you can mention with the D. Digits you can mention with the D. This is like a shorthand. Dot test. Okay, A, B, C. Okay, if you write like this is the one. It means minimum one digit is expecting or not. Minimum one digit. Yes, sir. Exactly how many digits you want? Exactly how many digits? 10
One.
digits. So you can mention something like this. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now see here. These are like 10 digits. Minimum 10 digits there or not there? Yes, there. But exactly 10 digits only I want. Now see, this is okay. If you remove this one, 9 digits, so it's not okay. 11 digits, it's accepting, right? So it is not exactly my requirement. If you calculate the expression, if you validate the expression left to right or right to left, it should 10 digits only. For that, okay, left to right validation, okay, cap symbol, not in the square bracket, outside the square bracket, right to left validation, okay, dollar symbol. Now you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, exactly 10 digits. If you remove false, if I add something more also, false only or not. This is an expression for exactly 10 digits or not. Now, instead of this special character slash D, okay, you can use, okay, another equal expression also. I want the digits 0 to 9 only or not. Okay, I want the digits, okay, 3 to 9 only I want. That means I am expecting the digits, 10 digits in between 3 to 9 or not. 3 to 9 only. Like this also you can validate. Based on, okay, slash D means all the digits. There is no customization. Okay, if you want to customize, you can go with what? You can go with what? You can go something like this or not. Exactly 10 digits. Understood? Next, minimum 5 characters. Minimum 5, maximum any, that's okay. Minimum 5 characters. Minimum 5 characters. Minimum 5 characters. Tell me. Minimum 5, maximum any. Minimum 5 characters means any characters if you want. Okay, here you can mention I'm expecting like 0 to 9. I'm expecting alphabets in lowercase. I'm expecting alphabets from uppercase. Okay, I'm expecting, okay, A to Z, A to Z, you can mention, okay. I'm expecting, okay, something else, some characters also. Okay, now you can write dot test, okay, you can put anything, it's going to work or not. But exactly I'm expecting minimum how many? 5,
5.
maximum any or not. Now see, okay, here, okay, it is expecting one parameter, right? String. If you pass like string false, okay, A, B, C, D, E. Now see, minimum 5, maximum any. If you not, see, now minimum 5, maximum any. Something like this we can. Agreed? Okay, like this, we can write the validation. Same like this, you can write the email validation. You can try from your end. We can continue remaining things in the next session. Okay, complete from your end, whatever you completed so far, just complete from your end. Okay. Okay, now?
Okay.
Yeah, if people want to join Python, just join.